Hard Mark Podcast.
Soul skating. Soul skating.
Hot audio cream.
Tim Duncan.
I could make a fake snake.
You not pee in the pool. You not pee in Tim Duncan.
All of myself is clean.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 2 of the Hard Mark Podcast. You've just heard our brand new intro. You've probably seen our brand new logo. We've got all the new things because it's Season 2. So my name's Eric Donaldson. I'm a wrestling fan of over 30 years. I introduce one match per episode to my co-host Ryan Murphy, who has never watched wrestling. So we talk about the backstory of the match, we watch that match, Ryan attempts to predict the winner of the match, and then we rank the match on our ever-growing list. And so with me, as I mentioned earlier, is the man of 1,000 compliments, the Soul Skater, the maitre d' of Matt Drama, the Tampa Bay Topsider, the living painting, the talent, the man with the unwashed undercarriage, Ryan Deathmatch Murphy. Ryan, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good.
Good. Have you made the necessary investment into a removable shower head yet?
No, I live in an apartment. I'm not going to install.
I lived in an apartment before I got into my house, and I had a removable shower head. You just unscrew the one that comes with, your unit, and then you put it aside, so then you can put it back, and then you just you install that other shower head. You're handy enough to pull this off.
Easy enough, yeah.
It is easy. Okay. And then guess what? Then you don't have any dirty britches. I know you're living the bachelor lifestyle now, and that may not seem important to you, but still, you're going to feel better.
I feel fine. I feel great.
If I could, I would make a New Year's resolution for you that's buy a removable shower head. As we talked about, Eric Wisdom Tree last episode, the finale of Season 1, everyone needs to have one of these devices. If you don't, what are you doing? You're crazy. Ryan Murphy, you're crazy.
Good start.
Great start to Season 2, the second season of this thing. We made it. Episode 26. This is now Season 2.
We weren't Season 2 last episode?
Last episode was Season 1. Okay. This is now Season 2. So Season 1 consisted of 25 episodes. This is now Episode 26. Man.
Shit.
That's a lot of episodes. We got Episode 30 coming up, the Deathmatch episode. We've been talking about that for, a really long time. But this is not that. This is not the Deathmatch episode. This is going to be other things. In fact, as far as what this is, we are in the middle of an arc, a story arc. I've given a name to this story arc. Anyone who's been following us for the past couple episodes, you've seen it referenced already on our various channels, however you've been downloading or streaming. But this is known as the Rumble Saga. That's what I'm calling this. This is the Rumble Saga. So we are now in part 3, my friend. Part 3 of the Rumble Saga. Do you recall the previous 2 portions of the Rumble Saga, Ryan?
We had a poor Hulk Hogan match.
That was last episode, Yes. It was Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker.
And a poster-esque match.
And then the poster-esque match between Team Roddy Piper versus Team Ric Flair. And so both of those matches took place within a week. Before we get into what we're going to be discussing on our episode here today for Rumble Saga Part 3, the opening of Hard Mark Season 2, which, again, love the new theme song. This is going to be a more of a wrestle-heavy episode. I think that we will have some interludes where we kind of talk about things that aren't necessarily wrestling. I think that'll be good. Please don't hit the equipment, Ryan. Appreciate that. Before we get into that stuff, I'm going to give you the opportunity, because you texted me about this out of the blue in the gap between episodes. If you want to tell the story, you can. If you don't have to. The turkey burger situation. Do you want to tell the Hard Mark listeners about it?
I don't know if there's much to tell. I don't know how to cook them. I don't know if it's possible to cook them. Mm-hmm. I followed the instructions exactly, and half that pan was on fire.
Well, let's take a step. People make turkey burgers. I don't, but I know that they exist. So to answer part of that, they can be cooked. But it sounds like you had a broiling incident. You broiled them.
You're supposed to broil them on high.
Oh, you checked the everything and it said high broil?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I put it on high broil is because it said cook on high broil. I thought it was weird. I did.
Sure.
But I followed the instructions. And they said move the rack up closer to the heat source.
That sounds like a good idea. And then instead of watching the high broil, you decided to what?
I did take a shower.
Good.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That I don't know if like I necessarily would have caught it out. You know, I would have just been like,
how long did it say to broil these turkey burgers?
like
for?
9 minutes aside.
That's forever on high. That's me. Listen, hard Markomaniacs. If you've been with us for a while, you've heard us talk about air fryers before, which actually is a quick fun fact for you, Ryan. I got a message the other day from somebody who let me know that they got an air fryer and they said to say thanks to Ryan.
Oh,
so thank
I'm
you.
happy to help.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good inside.
So the air fryer situation, whatnot. I have never ever had luck with broiling. Every time I've ever broiled anything, it always gets burnt.
I don't mind broiling. I broil like if you do like bread with cheese or something, you throw it in there and you broil it. Kind of crisps up the bread and the cheese.
How long do you broil that? Though?
It's
that
quick.
seems like
It's quick.
30-second to a minute operation.
Yeah, it's not.
You have to like watch it like a hawk.
You just throw it in there for like a minute. It's not that bad. You kind of. I mean, you know.
You gotta watch it.
You know pretty quickly when it's, especially if it starts burning.
It just turns on you. I don't know. I don't see the benefits of broiling. I've always been an issue.
Well, you seem to know, like right off the bat, you're like, you had experience, like you should broil this on low, like what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a professional chef, but I feel like anything that you could broil on high, just broil it on low.
I thought broiling was just for crisping. I didn't know you could cook with broiling.
I mean, sometimes the Hello Freshes that we get, they say, "Oh, broil this," and
Isn't
I learned
that pre-cooked?
no, it's like raw ingredients.
Oh.
But anyway, there's some bread things where they want you to toast the bread, but they'll have you toast it via
broiling.
Via broiling.
See,
And
that's what I think. That's what it should be used for, not to cook turkey burgers.
I fucked up that bread every time because I'd let it go like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, which in my mind is like not that long, but like totally burnt bread.
Yeah, but you should, when you know it's only going to be 2 minutes, you should just watch it.
Okay, all right, Mr. Hindsight's 2020.
I had 20 minutes to burn. I need to take a shower. Like, I had things to do.
Well, you won't do that. Make that mistake ever again. Anything else on your mind that everyone should know about before we launch into our topic for today?
Got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works. So, again, thank you to everybody who's been with us from the very beginning. I know we had some audio issues in kind of our mid to late teens. I'm very happy that those have been worked out. That's also part of the reason why we've got season 2, sort of a soft relaunch. So if you've been with us for a while, great. If this is your very first time that you've joined us, we are in the middle of a 4-episode arc, as we've talked about a couple times now. So season 1 closed out with the first 2 parts of the story, which, as Ryan mentioned, was Team Piper and Team Flair facing off back in episode 24. And then last episode, in episode 25, we had Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker for the WWF Championship. And Hulk Hogan regained the WWF title for the record-setting 4th occasion. And that more or less gets you caught up to speed. Oh, and real quick, just so everybody's aware, not that this actually plays into anything. So in episode 25, Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker, he beat The Undertaker with the assistance of some scattered ashes, despite Ric Flair's, attempts at interfering and whatnot. So we've kind of seen like a narrative theme so far of, you've got Ric Flair coming into the WWF. He's trying to kind of insert himself into the WWF title picture, that sort of thing, which is, again, leading us along the Rumble saga. Is that
Noted?
Okay. Noted. So as far as today's episode, it may not be immediately apparent to you, Ryan, how this is going to tie in with our previous 2 episodes, but trust me, it will be clear soon enough. I'm going to take a drink of one of my favorite beers, Brother Thelonious, which I got special because I knew we were going to be recording this episode, because I want to savor this. I know for you've been wanting to get to the deathmatch episode for, gosh, probably at least like 9-12 months. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
This, since the very beginning, this is the episode that I have been wanting to get to. So I really want to savor this and enjoy every last morsel, every last second of it. So just bear with me for a moment. Why is that funny to you? Why are you laughing? I'm enjoying some bottled Bebop, Brother Thelonious, a Belgian Abbey Ale.
Where'd you get it?
Total Wine. I cleared out their stock. They only had 3 4-packs, and I grabbed all 3. I was like, I'm going to want all of these.
What kind of beer is it?
It's a Belgian-style Abbey Ale. I've got more. If you after you finish that, you're welcome to try one if you'd like.
Or at the same time.
Okay, so we're starting season 2 of Hard Mark. That's the program that you and I are on, Ryan, in case you weren't aware. I think it's only fitting that we check in on one of my favorites, one of your favorites, actually. One of the all-time greats, one of the GOATs, Macho Man Randy Savage. What do you say?
About checking in on him?
Yeah, what do you think? Because if you say no, then that's kind of fucks up my whole plan. But
I imagine it would. Yeah, it seems to be writing your script here.
It'd be pretty shitty if you did, but I mean, you can. So, question: do you remember the last time that you saw Macho Man?
Episode 14.
I mean, don't just start a number. You don't have to give me. I'm not asking for a number, but do you remember the match? I'll give you a hint. You got hit with a kendo stick.
Oh shit! How could I forget that?
So that was episode 21, just so everybody's aware. It was episode 21. We had friend of the show, Tony Tate, visiting. He struck Ryan Murphy with a kendo stick. You can find that clip.
Handle it gracefully.
Handle it very gracefully. If you want to see that, if you want to see a nice, classy shot of Ryan Murphy's tummy, go to our YouTube channel. You can find the video there. I think that you'll really get
good shot.
It was. It really put what's that broad from Dukes of Hazzard with the
Daisy Dukes?
Was it Daisy Duke?
I just think she was wearing Daisy Dukes. I don't know.
Was that the name of the character too? I don't know. Anyway, whatever her name was, maybe I'll say Daisy Duke. Yeah. Puts her to shame.
It really does.
The sculpted abs.
I was impressed.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the last time. And so in that match that, again, Tony watched along with us, Macho Man, he faced off against the Ultimate Warrior in
Native
a match.
American.
The faux Native American asshole in a match at WrestleMania where the loser was going to be forced to retire. And so Macho Man Randy Savage lost that match. So he was forced to retire as a result. But then he was reunited with the lovely Elizabeth. And so I think we all kind of came out of that match thinking like, wow, that match wasn't really good, but the aftermatch was really, really good. With kind of the bit with Elizabeth and that whole thing. And so that match right now is ranked 11th on our 30-match list.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's the upper end. So since then, since his forced retirement, Macho Man has been enjoying the life away from the physicality of the squared circle. So he's still employed by the WWF. He's one of their color commentators along with Roddy Piper, who we saw a couple episodes ago. He's back with his main squeeze, Elizabeth, and they have got some stuff going on. So why don't we go ahead? I think there's going to be a lot of video, a lot of sort of visual representations, because I can talk about these things, but I think it's better if I just show you. So let's go to the unified remote app. So let's see what Macho Man's up to since the last time we saw him.
So I've got something to say to the zillions of people all around the world.
I don't know why you don't have a suit like that, by the way.
And I've also got something to say to Elizabeth.
Maybe. Come on, you can do it, Randy.
Roddy Piper and Vince McMahon are on commentary.
Elizabeth!
He's
got a great voice.
Elizabeth, I love you!
Goodness, he's getting that, folks. He's building up his courage. I think maybe he's going to ask her. What's that? Look at that. Hot rod. Take a look. Whoa. Look at that ring. He's going to ask her, folks. What's the answer going to be? He's having second thoughts. It looks to me like Hot Rod, I think
She's too beautiful. Not now. Don't walk. I got to help him. Get down!
So we don't...
What about it, Miss Elizabeth? Elizabeth?
Oh, yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
So now they're engaged. They got engaged live in the ring. A proposal, way better than any shitty basketball proposal where somebody's up in the stands. This is inside the wrestling ring. You got 15,000 people. Get on your knees, Macho Man. Like, pretty good, right?
It's pretty good.
So not only did he propose in the ring, but you'd be shocked to find that they actually were married in the ring as well. And that marriage, that ceremony took place at the following pay-per-view known as SummerSlam in what was billed as the match made in heaven. And so we're not going to watch, but I'll at least kind of show you a little bit of it. I'm not going to subject you to it, but let's just say, I hope that, you know, when you and Greta eventually tie the knot, I just hope you have a similar sort of aesthetic in mind.
Yeah.
Because I
bet she does.
I can close my eyes and I can picture you in Macho Man's garb. I'll post a picture on our social media just so everybody, you know, can see the same visual that I have. Now, between you and me, they were already married in real life. So this was all just for kind of for show and for pomp and for circumstance. But yeah, it was like a full-blown wedding ceremony in the middle of the ring. It went on for like a really long time. But as you and I both know, a couple of 30-year-old men, best part of a wedding is not the ceremony. It's the party after the ceremony. So why don't we go ahead? We'll take a look at the wedding reception. What do you say?
Please.
Okay. All right. Deal.
In the spirit of this romantic occasion, Gene Okerlund delivered the ceremonial toast.
It is my pleasure to salute, raise your glasses high, as we toast the new bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Macho.
Mr. and Mrs. Macho. This is beautiful.
This was aired.
This takes me back.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Cutting of the cake.
But yes, this was aired on there.
This was aired.
This was on their TV.
Nice job. The cake. Is that
Me first.
Yeah, that's what you expect.
Me first.
It's kind of like a normal wedding, like
basically a normal ass wedding.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I have been to a lot of weddings in my life, but I don't think I have ever seen anything quite as beautiful as your union in marriage.
Right there, nice ribbon right there, right
you're
there.
supposed to wait.
Not gonna wait for
Randy,
nothing.
come on, you're supposed to wait if you
Got a blender, yeah.
Put together a few cocktails and that.
What's in there right there? I got a blender right
Oh,
here.
Randy,
That's
be careful.
great.
Come on. Oh,
Fantastic, yeah.
Randy, we need to wait.
We're gonna make out like bandits right now. Very good. Elizabeth, open up with this. Who
I
got
think this
me
one is
that?
from Ed
That was
Cohen.
fantastic, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Is that gorgeous?
Candlestick. Unbelievable, yeah.
By the way, Elizabeth,
I
that
like it.
wedding dress is just, well, it's
Next
just
time,
tremendous.
send money. No, that's all right. I'm just kidding right there. Yeah. Open up a present.
Then,
right
what should have been the happy conclusion to this perfect occasion
It's like an Animal Planet, like.
this.
I'm gonna save
Oh,
the
yeah.
ribbon. I'm gonna save the ribbon.
Oh.
So, my little princess. What do you think, little girl? Where's your hand? Where's the prince's hand? Come on. Come on. What a time. Come on, brother. Who do you think you are?
What on earth would possess Jack Roberts and The Undertaker to perpetrate such an act of infamy?
Wow.
All right. Let me take a look. So, much like with our matches,
Yeah.
I made some notes here so we can recap for the audience. So, with the wedding reception, opens with the Fast Fingers Orchestra. Ryan, real quick. So, weddings. Do you have an opinion on live band versus DJ?
DJ.
DJ?
Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, I'm the same way, but why do you say that?
I'm not a live band person in general, so DJ.
I like the idea of not being limited for what your options, what your choices are. And live bands that's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm a more humble man. Let's see. So we had the narration from Lord Alfred. You mentioned it was just it's like Planet Earth. It was like David Attenborough narrating the situation. I liked Bobby Heenan being so sad as he walks down to kind of do the congratulations, just shaking his head, and Randy's like, "Oh, get him the hell out of here." Introduced as Mr. and Mrs. Macho a couple times, which is just good. This is a good thing. I wish Mean Gene Okerlund emceed my wedding. I have that as a note here. I think he would be a great wedding MC in any situation. We have the cake cutting, which Macho...
Mine.
Me first. The bouquet toss. But yeah, pretty standard stuff.
I wasn't sure where I was going. I was watching a wedding reception. Yeah.
Pretty typical. And then they start opening the gifts. So Elizabeth keeps saying, "Randy, we need to wait, Randy." But Randy, he's just too damn excited. They get a blender. They get some candlesticks. They get some kind of vase. Macho Man yells at them to send money next time. I think my favorite bit of that whole thing is right before the climactic scene with the gift opening from Elizabeth. Macho Man, "I'm going to save the ribbon."
He's the kind of guy you want to give gifts to. He's very excited about the blender and the candlesticks.
Yes. So I'm glad, not that you're going down this track, but the Macho Man character, the thing that I love about it so much is that the Macho Man character is just like, it's like dog. It's very impulsive. It's very instinctive. Like whatever's in front of him, like that has 100% of his attention at that given moment in time. And then when it's diverted 100%. Like there's no thought or pre-planning or anything. It's just reaction. I think it's
how you gotta be when you accept a compliment or 100% in the moment. Like,
I mean, he probably doesn't get as many. I mean, maybe that day he reached his 1,000 compliment quota, the Ryan Murphy standard, but ordinarily probably not so much. And so then Liz opens the gift, and it's snake time. So Undertaker, I don't know.
New snake wasn't the.
No, it was not the python.
Right.
We'll talk about the python in just a bit, but it was some sort of cobra. Undertaker and Jake the Snake Roberts attack Randy Savage. Jake threatens Liz with the snake. You probably didn't recognize him, but the guy that showed up with the blonde curly hair, that was Sid Justice. He's actually been in a match that we watched back in episode 20. He basically killed one of the job guys and just murdered them in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I like him. Seems like a good guy. Yeah.
He was a good dude. But yeah, the scene ends with Undertaker and Jake exiting. Liz is crying. So that kind of brings it in with the Rumble saga. So we had, Ric Flair in the first 2 episodes. And then last episode, we had The Undertaker. And The Undertaker also is playing a little bit of a factor into our episode here today as well. So kind of all these different threads all coming together over the course of these 4 episodes here. So as far as Jake and Undertaker goes, they form this unholy alliance of evil guys. So over the next couple months after what we just saw, that wedding reception, Jake is going to continue to taunt and antagonize Macho Man Randy Savage. And the reason he's doing it is because he knows that Macho Man has been forced into retirement. So he can't wrestle. He can't fight. He's basically done. And
what happened to Macho Man at the wedding? He was just out? Did they drag him off somewhere?
Well, so Undertaker hit him in the head with the urn,
right.
And so he's presumably unconscious while all the rest of the shit's happening.
He just let that slide for the next couple of months.
Well, he can't do anything. He's barred from competition. So if he does anything, then he's fired. Is essentially the verdict that's being laid down. And so you don't handle your shit in the WWF legally. You do it in the ring.
You do it in the ring.
You
not
do
in
it
the
in
streets.
Exactly. Not in the streets. Not like fucking cavemen. So with all that said, I think it's time. I'm going to spring a little tiny surprise on you here, Ryan. No, not a big one. Tony's not emerging from the door or anything like that. We have 2 matches we're going to watch here today. Mm-hmm. The good news is the 2 are directly tied in together, so there's not going to be any eyeball sweating or any long, extended sort of conversations setting up each of these matches. They are directly tied in one after the other. So our first match that we're going to watch is Jake the Snake Roberts, who we've seen a couple times, versus Bob Werner. So regarding Jake the Snake, we last saw him back in episode 23, which, according to our list, that match is a blindfold match against Rick the Model Martel. It is ranked 28 out of 30. You really, really loved it.
That was a terrible match.
How dare...
That was awful. Awful.
Well, we're going to see if Jake can redeem himself in your eyes here today. So in that time between the blindfold match that we saw back in episode 23 and now, and when he's storming into people's wedding receptions, Jake has managed to keep himself somewhat busy. You asked about the snake, his giant python Damien. How come he doesn't have that anymore? His giant python Damien was squished to death by a 400-pound man. We're not going to get into...
Squished to death is not...
Yeah.
I expected more of like a technical, like...
You would think, but no, it was
Squished
just...
to death.
It was sat on with a lot of force by a 400-pound man.
Is it true?
No, it was a storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they did not murder a snake in the middle of the ring, unfortunately.
Well, they brought a snake in the middle of the ring, so like, I don't know.
Right, exactly. So we're not going to get into that story. Maybe eventually we'll circle back around to it. But since that had happened, Jake is now fully entrenched as an evil heel. So he kind of went off the deep end a little bit after his snake died.
After he lost the snake.
He lost the snake, and then he's kind of turning evil, which he always had. He sort of had like this evil sort of bent, but he was always kind of on the side of good. But now he's fully entrenched, and he's aligned himself with The Undertaker, and they're kind of a bunch of evil bastards now, is what's going on. So he's replaced that huge python Damien with various cobras as his main tactic of intimidation. And so as all this is going on, he's continuing to goad the Macho Man. Randy Savage, meanwhile, he's been petitioning to be reinstated as a wrestler. He's trying to get his mandatory retirement revoked so he can finally get even with Jake Roberts. So Jake the Snake was set to captain his own team at Survivor Series 1991. So that's the same event from 2 episodes ago with Ric Flair versus Roddy Piper on their teams. But the opposing team's captain, so you had Jake Roberts on one team, the other team's captain, Sid Justice, the man who ran in with the chair to help save Randy and Elizabeth, he was out with an injury, so he got hurt. And so that left that team a man down. Savage was desperate to fill that spot. And if Savage is usually the most high-strung and emotional man on the planet, as we've talked about, imagine how he's reacting after having his wedding reception crash. So he's very on edge during this whole period. So what they did, they conducted some fan votes on the 900 line, so he had to pay to vote. I never did. but presumably a lot of people did. And they had all sorts of other ways that fans would be supporting the reinstatement of Macho Man Randy Savage. But at this time, the Macho Man's petition was still under review by WWF President Jack Tunney, who we saw briefly in our last episode. So while this review was taking place, Tunney had put Macho Man on probation, stating that if Macho Man got physical with any wrestler, he would be terminated from the WWF. So Macho Man's got to play it cool until he gets that formal reinstatement to being an active wrestler. So with all that in play, Jake was set to compete against Bob Werner. Bob Werner is from Wichita, Kansas. That's all that I could find out about him. His hair is cool. He's got a neat mullet. And that's about it about Bob Werner. Any questions?
That sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up. So your record, as it stands right now, before we watch this match, 15-15. So you ended season 1 with a 500 record. Could he have flipped a coin for every match and come out exactly the same? He probably could have, ladies and gentlemen, but he didn't.
Not sure. There's some bullshit in there.
Can you name one bullshit for me just off the top of your head?
I think last week was bullshit. Like,
was it? Oh, The Undertaker versus Hulk?
I think so, if I remember correctly. It was some bullshit.
Well, you are in a 3-match losing streak going into the beginning of season 2. But I think I have a good feeling about this next match for you. Just a hunch. So anything else that we should make sure to address before we watch Jake the Snake versus Bob Werner here today, Ryan?
I don't think so. I think I'm ready.
What are you stomping around
just
for?
Making noise here again.
Do you
Bringing it back to season 1.
He's regressed, ladies and gentlemen. I got the stress ball over here. We got the elf on a shelf. It's watching Ryan. All right, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will play some audio clips from the match. We'll come back with our thoughts. Thank you very much, everybody. Be right back. Hello, Markomaniacs. It's Eric, your host, and I hope that you are enjoying the very first episode of Hard Mark Season 2. But I also wanted to let you know that I recently had the pleasure of guesting on another equally fun, equally scientific, equally entertaining podcast called Move Over. Move Over is a podcast concerning all things fitness and movement culture, and being the icon of fitness that I am, it only stands to reason that the illustrious host of Move Over, personal trainer Beth Hansen, would recruit yours truly to come aboard the program and discuss pro wrestling. On episode 12, Beth and I had the pleasure of discussing my current fitness routine, or lack thereof, some ways that a Fitbit can get you in trouble with your significant other, and we book a wrestling pay-per-view. That's right, your boy is booking the territory, kid. So watch out, because someone may hear it, and I may just get poached for my keen wrestling mind. You never know. And even if you don't like me, she's interviewed beer brewing experts, art teachers, and I learned that if you put garlic in your yoni, it can actually clear up some ugly business down there. Who knew? So check out Move Over everywhere you can find your favorite podcast. It's got the Hard Mark stamp of approval, and tell Beth that Eric sent you.
Snake Roberts and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Again, we warn you, this is very graphic footage. For those of you who are underage or a bit squeamish, you do not want to see this footage.
The winner of this bout, Jake.
Oh, wait a minute, he's looking over this way. Wait a minute, he's got the microphone in his hand.
Hey, yeah, you with the orange hat up there.
Talking about
Macho Man. I'm looking at you, and I'm thinking to myself, here's a man that used to be a real man.
Ignore
but
him.
obviously he's grown a little soft, hiding behind the
Just
skirt of a
ignore him.
woman.
Easy, Macho.
So I tell you what, Macho Man, why don't you see if you can borrow Piper's skirt?
Oh, boy. Now you take it easy, Roddy Piper, too.
He's standing up.
Macho.
He's standing up.
Macho.
Well, isn't that something? Boy, you look real good in pink, too, I might tell you that.
Man, I'm just gonna get a
Yeah, let them make you stop. Don't let them let you go.
Just a closer look. You're so close to being reinstated.
There are two things, ladies and gentlemen, stopping him from coming in here. One is common sense, and the other is fear. Fear is what he has for me. You are nothing but a gutless, yellow, stinking coward with no sense in the world to step your feet right in here.
No!
Come on!
No,
Come
don't
on!
do it! Macho!
Come on, old man!
Don't
Come
do
on!
it! The official!
Yeah,
Trying to get
what's
Randy
wrong?
Savage
What's
down
wrong?
from there!
You're always
Oh,
this
it's wrong,
close.
Macho! Oh, no! Don't throw it! He's going for it! He's close! Wait a minute! Jake Roberts with a clothesline! Down goes Randy Savage! Jake the Snake Roberts! Look at that! Look at that! Roberts with the King Cobra! Macho! Dude! That's the creepiest looking snake I've ever seen in my life! He got it too close to him. Keep it away from it. That snake is put. Wait a minute, the snake is running. Oh, the snake is fighting him. The snake is fighting him. I'm out of here. Roddy Piper on his way to get some help. The snake is gnawing on the arm of Randy Savage, who's helpless, tied in the rope. All I can say is that snake better be devenomized. It better be.
We're back. So here's some good news. Here's some good news. Ryan is officially back to his winning ways. He is at a 16-15 record. He broke his 3-match losing streak because he successfully guessed the winner of that match between Jake the Snake Roberts and Bob Werner. Who would have suspected? But Jake the Snake won. So you're back in the winner's column. How do you feel about that, Ryan?
Good.
Good?
Feel good.
Did you flip a coin to determine who's going to win that match, or you just sort of instinctively knew?
Instinctively.
Like snake instincts?
Yes.
That's pretty good. So let's talk a little bit what happened in that match. So, Let's take a look at the notes. So Jake the Snake Roberts makes his entrance. Macho Man, very intense on commentary. He and Piper are sort of playing off each other. Well, what did you think of the commentary? Can you tell the difference between, like, Macho Man has a pretty distinctive voice. I think it's obvious when he's talking. But can you tell the difference between, like, Piper and McMahon when they're
I can.
Yeah. Did you like it, the commentary?
Yeah.
Obviously, it got a little bit more frantic towards the end.
It was involved.
Which we'll delve into. But I thought it was appropriate, the franticness. Jake the Snake's got his black glove on. We'll see in just a bit why he has that black glove. Roberts on offense quickly. He hits the short arm clothesline, DDT, covers Bob Warner, wins the match. About 45 seconds, I'd say, give or take. Probably the shortest match that we've watched so far. But again, Ryan did successfully predict our winner, which is good. And that's when the real action starts. So just full disclaimer, we did actually talk for a while. We did not actually push the record. I think it's a shared responsibility of both.
Is it a shared responsibility?
It's a shared responsibility for both Ryan and myself.
Now it is.
We forgot to we forgot to hit the record button. So we've actually talked about some of these things. So I'm not going to ask you to reprise.
I don't know if I could bring the same passion again.
I hope you fucking don't, because if you do, I'm going to kick you in the balls.
Yeah.
Basically. So here's the short version of what actually happened in the aftermath of this match. And I encourage everybody who's listening to this, if you have never seen this before, if you don't know what this is, I encourage you to seek this out. And I will actually post a link to our social media. So essentially what happens is Jake the Snake calls out Macho Man, who is again on probation. Macho Man goes out to the ring. He spits at Jake, who actually, which this is something that came up when we were talking about it. You're always complaining about how when people spit on each other, it does not immediately lead to a violent confrontation. This did.
I just said, like, wrestlers spit on each other a lot.
Well, no, yeah, well, you have said that, but you have also said that, like, it's in real life, in like a real life, it's a fight. Like if you spit on somebody, you're expecting a fight. That's exactly what happened here. Macho Man spit at Jake.
Okay.
Jake immediately put the microphone down and like ambushed.
He did.
Randy Savage from behind. So from that perspective, brilliant fucking psychology. But anyway, Jake gets the leg up on Macho. Not the Ryan leg up, but the actual turn of phrase leg up. So he pounces on Macho, ties up Macho Man in the ropes, pulls out the biggest king cobra I have ever seen. I would say that this had to be like a...
It's getting fucking bigger every time you like talk about it. Like
we're still talking about the cobra?
Yeah.
Okay. 12 feet, right? Is that reasonable?
Was it?
It was longer. Jake is pretty tall. Jake's
I felt like it was not
6'6".
that big of a snake. Like it was like it just like it got up on its cobra. You know how they sit up,
yeah.
And they perk their head up.
Yes,
I feel like it wasn't that long. Like the other snake was bigger, girthier.
What, the python?
Yeah,
yeah, because pythons are girthier. That's because they constrict.
But it made more of an impact on TV. You saw a python; it was just a bigger, bulkier.
Can you refrain from shitting all over my childhood for like a minute and a half, and then you can do it?
Okay, you're just okay. Just trying to rein things in here.
There's no reining necessary because your view on this whole thing is wrong. So there's no reining whatsoever. It's just me speaking truths, and then you can pepper in your bullshit after I'm actually telling what really happened here. So it's about like a 10 to 12 foot snake, cobra, huge for a cobra, gigantic for a fucking cobra.
Could have been 15 to 16 feet for all. Like,
I don't know. It's possible, but it's big. Anyway.
20.
Are you done? Macho Man's tied up in the ropes. He can't get out. And then Jake the Snake takes his cobra. The cobra latches onto Macho Man's arm. It gnaws on his forearm for a good 60 seconds or so, while Macho Man's just like basically, oh shit, oh fuck, like his eyes closed, like, this is horrible, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. There's a point where Jake starts shaking the snake in real life to try and get it off, but in the storyline it's basically like he's pissing the snake off more, and it just starts getting deeper and deeper and sinking its teeth in more and more. And then finally, Macho Man gets out. He's acting like he's been poisoned. He's like flailing all over the ring and shit. Eventually, they get Macho Man out. They take him out in a stretcher. And then Jake and the Snake are laughing together in the ring. Ha, 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 ha. So that's basically what happened. But it's fucking nuts. everybody listening to this, before Ryan, here's what I ask you to do. If you do nothing else, pause after I finish telling you about this, before Ryan shits all over it, and watch it for yourself, and then make an informed, educated decision about this, because he and I have diverging opinions about everything to do with this storyline and this whole angle that played out here today. But I think it's fucking incredible. I think it's nuts. Granted, it could never, ever, ever happen today, but the idea of just this snake gnawing on a human being's arm is insane to me.
Wasn't even like really gnawing on it.
Give them a chance to pause, Ryan. I said give him a chance to
like
pause.
He's fucking chewing on his arm. Like he just kind of.
It did chew.
He just he bites down. He clamps down one time. That's all you see. He's just kind of.
No, that's factually wrong.
He might at one point kind of like try to regrip. That was about it.
No, snakes have little teeth. They have they don't just have the two like fangs. They have actual teeth.
Yeah, they latch on. That's what he just latched onto this guy's arm.
Okay, for all new listeners of Hard Mark, Ryan Murphy is not a snake expert, although he may appear to be one based on how authoritatively he speaks about them. But I guarantee you, he doesn't know fucking shit about snakes. Go on, tell us more about latching, Ryan. Do you have anything else to say about snake behavior and latching and their mating rituals, seeing as how you know so fucking much about them?
Oh, I'm just saying that he was Eric makes it seem like he was fucking having a snack on this guy's arm.
He was!
He's like fucking chomping down in several
He goddamn was!
He just latched on and then
he wasn't... Okay.
If he was gnawing on his fucking arm, he would have got a chance to pull the snake off because the snake would have to open his mouth.
To hear Ryan say it, he's basically sucking on Macho Man's forearm like a nursing infant on a breast.
That's kind of the impression that I got.
Fucking bullshit, Ryan! He was bleeding! It drew blood! A fair amount of blood!
But not that much. A little bit of blood.
It was
and you only saw it like afterwards. And again...
When do you expect to see it, Ryan?
I would just refer you back to any of the 30 fucking matches we've watched. There's been way more blood in any of those matches than after a man's been bitten by a 20-foot cobra.
Now you're doing it. The vast majority of the matches that we have watched have not had blood in them.
But the ones that have had more blood than this.
It's not even about the blood. It's about the insanity of
You made it about the blood.
Tell everyone your bullshit. How much would you do it for?
I would do it for $2,500. Like, no question. If it was devenomized, like
bullshit on that.
I'd fucking do it. Yeah.
If a snake that big got in front of you, your balls would like suck up into your body, and you would be like, "Nope, I'm not going to do it anymore."
When have I ever done that?
There's a big difference between a 12-foot king cobra and Tony Tate showing up with a kendo stick. There's a world of difference, my friend.
Well, you have to go based on my reputation, and that's...
There's nothing I'd love more. And then I'd really like to see how much fucking blood it can get out of you, pal. Anyway, as far as our match ranking, which we have to do, is there anything... So... Again, we kind of already talked about this already. This is sort of us rediscussing this subject. So if it sounds like I'm pissed off already going into this, that's the reason why. But Ryan has decided he wants to rank this 17 out of 31.
Which I don't even think it's a bad rating. I'm surprised you're so upset about this. 17.
17.
It made it into...
It's one of the greatest storylines of all time, Ryan, and you're rating it like below. Okay, let's see what pieces of shit you rated it below. Let's see here. Okay, so you rated it below last 2 weeks ago, Team Piper versus Team Flair, which again, you have no memory of that match. You couldn't name one, even after you watched it, you couldn't name one good thing about it besides, Roddy Piper was in a poster. He fought off 4 men. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty fucking cool.
That match lasted 40 fucking minutes and nothing happened. And I don't even hate that match, but it was so fucking boring.
What did I rank it? 13?
9! It was ranked 9! Chris... Chris Champion versus Don Valentine. One of the worst squash matches of all fucking time. The guy couldn't even hit a goddamn Karate Kid crane kick, and you ranked that 5. This whole rating is bullshit, Ryan. It's all bullshit.
This just didn't get me. The way, and also it was, I know, is the way he's tied up in the ring. It just like, what? You complimented it. You were like, that's a cool move. It was, but I thought he was going to get out of it. It's like a nice temporary move. That's but just like, he just rested there while the snake got to him. Like
Jake hit him more so that he was dazed from being hit, Ryan.
Gotcha.
I do not co-sign on this rating. This is all you. I will direct all hate mail, and there should be lots of hate messages. Direct them towards Ryan Murphy. Do not direct them towards me, because he's literally pulling down his pants and jerking it all over my childhood right now. He's dry tugging all over 8-year-old Eric, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah. Okay, I think sums up how you feel.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
I feel like there's been one other match, and I didn't get this reaction, but it was.
You're just an idiot. Just so stupid. There's nothing I can say to make you not an idiot, but it's like you just think so highly of the dumbest shit. And when I show you something that's like insane and fucking ridiculous, you're just like, oh, I would do that for like $2,000 in a pair of fucking roller skates or some shit. Right. Like, I can't believe it. You're just so dumb sometimes. No matter how much I try to like show you cool shit, you just insist on being an asshole and a piece of shit.
You go from anger to being a little sad, like.
I'm in the acceptance phase of this. It's like I went from anger to acceptance, just like, okay, Ryan just fucking sucks sometimes. I just got shitty Ryan on the opening of season 2 of all the places. He's single-handedly ruining the Rumble saga. Okay. So, after that match, Macho Man does get reinstated, so Jack Tunney's like, I'm going to bring you back now. But he's not cleared to compete at the Survivor Series, so he's not going to be leading a team against Jake's team. Instead, they schedule a match for this Tuesday in Texas, which is the same show that the Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan match from last episode took place on. So all these different storylines are kind of running concurrently to each other. And so that is what brings us to our second match that we're going to be watching here today. Which is a grudge match between Jake the Snake Roberts and Macho Man Randy Savage, and Snakes have been officially barred from Jake Roberts' corner. So hopefully we never, ever have to talk about Snakes, and I never have to be lectured by Ryan acting as if he knows about snakes ever again. And so that's going to be under the order of Jack Tunney. And so that'll be our second match that we watch here today.
Okay.
Anything else worth mentioning?
I think we covered it twice now.
Do you want to say anything else about how when I was like 8 years old that, I was a piece of shit or, something?
You've said all I need to say.
I think you have too. I agree. So let's go ahead. Let's take one more pause. We'll play some clips of that match. We'll come back with our thoughts to close out episode 1 of season 2, aka episode 26 of the Hard Mark Podcast. Be right back.
That's what I'm thinking. He hurt his ribs. This is Savage's favorite part of the ring. Savage on the top. He finds the ball. Hooks the leg. He got out. He's down.
are back. And guess what? Ryan accurately predicted the second match here today.
I did.
Between Macho Man Randy Savage and Jake the Snake Roberts. But before we talk about the winners and losers, let's take a look at the old notes. So we saw a lot. So some of it may have been lost in the shuffle. But there's that opening Jake the Snake Roberts promo where he's talking about Elizabeth and like her eyes being so scared, so intent. Like Jake the Snake could have been a fantastic actor in like a different universe and like a different life, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's kind of disgusting. Like you can see it.
He's so good at like that character. And I don't know that he could be, like a leading man, a Matthew McConaughey sort of figure, but it's like just a convincing piece of shit who you just think is completely corrupt and just evil. He just plays that to a T. It's just a fantastic promo. And there is the bit, which of course comes into play later, where he essentially blames President Jack Tunney. Anything that I do is your fault because you banned the snake from the corner. So,
I missed that.
Well, I mean, you were there. You didn't necessarily miss it. It's just you didn't realize the importance of what he was saying in the moment until you go back and you're like, oh shit, he was basically saying this is your fault, which is, of course, total bullshit, heel, bad guy stuff. And then Macho Man, his promo. Macho Man's promo, like all of his promos, not just the ones that we saw here today. Any other human being on the planet saying those words in the way that he said it would not, like, it would sound completely disingenuous. Macho Man just being nuts, like in real life, and he's able to carry off these promos in a way that no one else possibly could, where you're just like, you know what? I know that I've never met anyone like that, but I absolutely believe that he is that. That is not that far away from who that human being truly is. Again, my takeaway. Ryan, do you want to, shit on?
Like he is, no doubt.
You've spent a fair amount of time seeing Macho Man, hearing Macho Man at this point. I mean, we've seen him in a few episodes.
I liked him. I like his character. Like,
do you like Macho Man?
I
just like that he's so tunnel visioned. Like he's always just so and the characters of Jake versus Randy, it works so well because they're so different. Like you have Jake the Snake, who's very cunning, very calculated, like everything that he does has a plan involved, whereas Macho Man is absolutely not that. Yeah. Like he's the absolute complete opposite of it. And so I think that's why their feud works so well, is because you can see those two personalities sort of bouncing off of each other and having problems.
Yeah, that's why I call it so quickly. I thought like he's so passionate about like what he said, like
right.
He's right. He's very into like, even after the match, I was like, holy shit, like
yes,
crazy.
He's a fucking madman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then that leads to the match. So Macho Man's promo, it was the whole storyline. Did I love that first match? Yes. Do I love this other match equally? Yes, I do. Because the whole thing, it just makes logical sense. Like, is it a wrestling match? It is, sort of, but it's really just like, I want to fight and kill this man. Like, that's really the story of this whole thing, is this guy I want to fucking murder. And so he hears what he's doing his promo with Mean Gene backstage. He hears Jake the Snake Roberts music. So he's like, I think that's Jake the Snake Roberts music that I hear. Maybe Date with Destiny. And he trust me. Yeah, trust me. And he runs out. And then it cuts to the arena where Jake's kind of like talking into the camera, just like, I'm going to fucking kick his ass. And then you just hear the roar of the crowd and a spotlight just slowly go, well, not slowly, but a medium speed going up the aisle, and it's Macho Man hauling ass, just ambushing Jake from behind and just commencing to beat the shit out of him, which we haven't seen before. We've never seen anyone so enraged that they could not help themselves. They couldn't wait for their music.
Then they ring the bell.
And then they ring the bell. I mean, I think the referee, from a storyline standpoint, is just like, well, fuck it. This is just what's happening. Ring the goddamn bell. I'm not getting in the middle of all this. And I think I commented to you during the match about this. The offense was 95% punches to the face and scratches and like clawing at eyes and noses and stuff, which from a visual standpoint, it's not the most impressive thing, but at the same time, like if I'm watching a match between two people that I'm supposed to believe genuinely hate each other, there should not be a lot of headlocks. There should not be a lot of complicated leg holds. Like it really should be, I'm going to punch you in the face as many times as possible because I want to fucking kill you.
I agree.
And so I thought that this got that across very well. So Macho Man was on the offense for a while, tears at his face, blah, 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 a lot of chokes, etc. Eventually, Jake kind of cuts him off and like he throws him over the top rope to sort of give himself a breather and kind of settle things down a little bit. Shortly afterwards, that's when Jake throws Macho into the corner. You can see Macho Man sort of selling the arm that got chewed on by the snake. Laugh it up, chuckles over there. And then eventually starts like tearing at the bandages. And that was another part that you seemed to enjoy was like the big blood stain from the bandages.
So subtle. So subtle.
Remember, and I know I mentioned, in fact, I think I mentioned this the last time we watched a Macho Man match. You're not just playing to the front row or to the camera. You're playing to everybody in that arena. So everything that you're doing needs to be obvious to the person in the 300 level of the arena. So while it may seem heavy-handed to us watching on TV where you have all these zoom-ins and stuff like that, again, you have to make sure that everything's understandable to all, 15, 20,000 people in the arena.
Makes sense.
So there you go. Let's see here. Not a lot of moves. There was the inverted atomic drop. We talked about that a little bit. There was a bit where Savage, I don't know if he was like throwing a punch at the cameraman or the ref, but I'm not really sure what was going on there. I wrote down one of the lines that Bobby Heenan said. If a lot of guys had stayed single, they wouldn't have any problems.
They were great in this match. They were really fucking good. Like that was...
This is my favorite commentary team of all time. I grew up on Gorilla Monsoon, who I have a sticker of on my mini fridge, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. They are magic together because they just bounce off each other so well. And Bobby the Brain was just so quick-witted with everything that he said. I love that team.
They were good, for sure.
At this point, I wrote down the note, match of passion.
Yeah, I think there was like a hit in there where it just felt like passionate. Like he like
a swift
him in
kick?
the abs. Like,
oh yeah,
just a couple of swift uppercuts like right to the abs. It seemed like they
some mat drama.
Yeah,
some matches of passion.
Yeah.
That's how we're kicking off season 2 of Hard Mark, you guys. This is the season of passion. A lot of passion that you're going to hear both over the airwaves in your ears. We're going to bring you the audio cream, and it's going to be a very passionate cream in your ears. And me and Ryan are going to get passionate together. We didn't see the leg up, but we did see the knee up.
It was a knee up.
There's a variation of the leg up. And then the end of the match. So it was a relatively quick match. I'd say the match itself took, 10 minutes, something like that. But Jake goes for the DDT. Savage counters. Savage kind of backs him into the corner. Jake really sells the ribs. They're basically saying like, oh, I think he might have like a cracked rib. Like he basically just toppled over after being like, owie, owie, owie. And then Macho Man hits the big elbow, pins him 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of the match, which again, Ryan did accurately predict.
It was a good finish. That was probably the best part of the match.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was
off the ring, off the side of the ring, off the corner. It was
a little ping pong ball action.
It was nice. Yeah, I mean, for the people in the upper deck, it was.
I think it was very sudden. I don't think a lot of people were expecting it to end that quickly after like, you sicked your pet snake on me, you bastard. And I think they expected a more long, drawn out match.
Wouldn't you know what they were about to fucking get?
But then, so like that was probably half of the total time was the actual match itself. And then we have the after match. So Savage has that crazy Macho Man look in his eye. He goes to grab a chair. It gets yanked away. He shoves the guy down on the floor. Then he goes to grab the ring bell. And he really fucking shoved that timekeeper down hard.
Yeah, but he missed. Like that was the most frustrating part. He should have fucking taken that thing and just finished him.
Just waffled Jake with it. He
can you imagine with the sound of the bell too, right across the head? Like how fucking perfect that would have been. Like
I've seen bell shots before.
God, it is. I haven't. I wanted to fucking see one.
I'll see if I can find one someplace. But but he goes for the bell, and then the referee, which is again like the whole structure of this match. was so good. I love this fucking match so much because everything makes sense. So, like, Macho Man is going to kill Jake with the ring bell, basically, is what's going to happen. The referee is basically like, the match is over, but I need to make sure that these men don't kill each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to this bell and try and yank it out of Macho Man's hands. Macho Man is distracted, and while that happens, Jake grabs him by the head, plants his head right into the mat, DDT, and so now both guys are basically out of commission for the moment. And so that gives Jake a chance to kind of get his bearings, get his marbles, etc.
It's nice of the ref to do that. Very one-sided. Fucking refs took a stand. Like,
it was pretty shitty.
He didn't really take a stand elsewhere. Like, Jake, Jake, don't do it. Like,
get out of here, Jake. We're done. It's over.
Nice of him to step up there.
Second DDT, which is again one of my, the DDT was my favorite move as a kid. It just looked so brutal, and like in real life, if you could hit somebody with it, it would be it would kill them probably. But so referee tries to get him out. Jake finally makes his exit, but then as he's walking down the aisle, he stops. He smiles.
Got a light bulb.
You could see the little light bulb. You could hear the ding in the crowd. He grabs the bag from under the ring. He did follow the letter of the law, although not the spirit of the law. The snake was not in the corner.
There's no snake in that bag.
Well, yeah, you're getting ahead of me a little bit, but yes. The idea was, there wasn't a snake in the corner, but there was a snake under the ring.
The bag was like a foot. It was a tiny bag.
No, it was a little bag. Like the snake from the actual biting angle would have not fit in the bag that we saw in that.
Yeah, it's a tiny bag. I didn't understand the whole thing. I thought it was like a little animal, or like maybe a spike, like a tarantula.
You did speculate it was a squirrel.
Yeah, a squirrel. Yeah.
But it was a significantly smaller bag that the big cobra wouldn't have fit. But he had also that tiny cobra that he was using at the wedding reception. So I think you're meant to believe that he has like a limitless number of snakes of all various sizes at his disposal. So yeah, he tosses the bag in very casually. I love the referee immediately
jumps
freaking
up,
out oh, fuck.
That was what scared him. Like, yeah.
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
They haven't had a snake on the side of the fucking ring every match he's done before, and they're just fine with it.
Well, this is a cobra. It's different. Now everyone knows that Jake's. Before he was just like draping the snake on him, and it would like slither on them for a bit, and then wander off. Now he's like, okay, Jake's gone off the deep end. He's getting him to bite him.
That was a good reaction.
And so then, which you also laughed at this, but I thought this was a really nice touch. So Jake has his back to the entranceway, and he's like fucking with Randy, like, I'm gonna get this snake to bite you again. And then Liz runs down. Jake's initial reaction is, oh fuck, somebody's coming in to like get me from behind. And then when he sees it's Elizabeth, then a big smile goes across his face. Wow. So it's like a very Grinch like smile, like when he realizes that he has a plan to get all the Who's and Whoville.
We all saw his pre-match.
Yeah. It was a nice play off that. And so then we have kind of the back and forth where Elizabeth is begging for Jake to stop. Jake is taunting Randy. He's also taunting Elizabeth.
Also taunting the ref.
Also taunting the referee.
Some of the fans.
Macho Man gets back to his feet, eats another DDT. And this time he makes a point to like, Liz, look right in my eyes. You watch me as I'm going to DDT your husband. And then he does it, of course. And so then he grabs the bag again. He unties it. Big production. Puts on his glove. Starts yelling at Liz to start begging. You want to save his ass. You better start begging now. Do you love him? Do you? I can't stand that. Like just, reading her the riot act. And then finally grabs Liz by the hair, pulls her up to her feet, kind of circles around a little bit, and then slaps her in the face, which is the first time I can ever remember Liz was ever struck by a wrestler in so this would have been 91. 7 years? Something like that? 6 years? Like it was not a thing that you saw. So as soon as that happens, that's when a second referee, so now they have two, and also President Jack Tunney emerges to basically get him the fuck out of there. At that point, Jake's like, there is no snake in this bag, and starts, crossing his heart, hopes to die. I like the little point where, and you may have missed this, I'm not sure, but after Jack Tunney comes out, so Jake initially is like, puts his hand out to shake it. Jack's like, fuck you, get the hell backstage. And he's like, there's no snake in this bag. And he pauses just long enough to spit at Randy and Liz before he walks.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Know that, yeah.
Nice touch. And then we had the post-match promos. So WWF, late 80s, early 90s. Very, very kid-friendly, by and large. This storyline was probably the edgiest thing that had happened, I mean, maybe ever. I can't really think of anything, but like watching Jake's promo, it was like, I mean, maybe not even borderline. It was somewhat sexual. Like the thrill that he was getting from slapping and like him just talking about it and like begging Randy, like, hey, if we like next time we cross paths, bring her back again. Let me touch her again. Like that sort of thing. Like it hit that nerve of like, this guy's a fucking creep.
Yeah.
And it really got home the point of, Jesus, this guy's sick. And then there was the Macho Man promo, where he's completely losing his mind. Like his body is shutting down because he's so enraged where he just collapses. And again, anyone else doing that promo, it would just be ridiculous and it wouldn't make any sense. But like coming from him, it made perfect sense, and it was just such a good encapsulation of the Macho Man character, where he's just so enraged that he doesn't know what. So he's like hitting himself because he doesn't know what else to do with himself at that point, because he has no one else to take that out on. So last little bit I want to say before we get to the ranking. I know, again, this is a long one, so this may not even need to be said. And again, this is more for my benefit than for yours. You're going to rank whatever you do. Obviously, you have your very highly scientific method that we've talked about. But here's why I think this story is so great, just for the benefit of the listeners. So you take a guy like Macho Man, who is presented as this manic, high-strung, just guy, like one of the most manic human beings on the planet. And then this natural enemy that he would have would be this cunning person who'd be able to take advantage of that frenzied energy, which is, Jake the Snake. So, and as far as the events that we saw here today, like anyone who sees the bit with the snake biting him, like it's like a train wreck where you're not able to take your eyes off of what's happening there. Like you want to see that play out, because how often do you see a man being gnawed on by a snake? It's not, a common occurrence. But then once you see the match and you see Jake slap Elizabeth, that's something that anyone can relate to in their own lives, and like imagine themselves being put in that position of like, what would you do if someone struck like a spouse or a significant other or a family member? Hopefully that's not something that people can relate to on a truly personal level, but I can think that anyone can think of like, what would that be like if like someone hit or struck or something, like a family member or somebody that I loved. And I think for the most part, the great stories, and you can apply this to wrestling, but it's just anything. The great stories are ones that we can take and relate back to ourselves. And I think that as over the top and outlandish as Macho Man is, you can watch this whole thing play out and you can relate to him, which is insane that you can relate to this crazy human being. You can see this guy and like, he's wearing a top hat or a cowboy hat with a feather sticking out of it. And like on the surface, like, okay, there's nothing about me that relates to Macho Man, but you see his reaction to this and you're just like, okay, like I can get that, how you would just feel completely powerless, but just at the same time, fucking enraged to the point of just collapsing. And I think that speaks to how good the story is and how strong Macho Man's performance was. And so in closing, there is method acting, and then there's Macho Man Randy Savage, which is way above that, where you're willing to be gnawed on by a snake. And with that said, let's rank that. Here's your list, sir.
After that.
You're
so passionate.
After my soliloquy.
26. Just kidding.
You don't joke about that.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I would just like accuse you of being anti-Jake the Snake.
So this match was tough.
Okay. Walk me through.
I did not enjoy the match.
Okay.
I liked the storyline. I did. And I'm even...
And I think that's what
I'm
you were
even
meant.
kind of like ready for the next one. After,
Okay.
But the match itself was very frustrating to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It was slow. It was...
I mean, it wasn't. Oh, I disagree. I don't think it was slow. There was plenty of action.
Okay, maybe it was like more like the aftermatch was like.
There was a lot of so the aftermatch was like there were beats, there were big beats, but then you had like these lulls where you're just. But I thought it was like tension lulls and not like hurry up with this sort of lulls. In my opinion, like you're just kind of like, where the fuck is this going to go? Is he going to stick a snake on somebody? Is Elizabeth going to get bit with the snake? I thought that they were good pauses in the action because you weren't sure which direction things were going to go in. But that's just me. Do you need a refresher on anything? Do I need to tell you about what happened in a particular match or remind you of your feelings on a particular match?
Match just didn't strike me in any way like, so like
well, again, you're taking the whole, the sum of its parts. So there is the match, there's also the aftermatch. And the commentary. Don't forget about the commentary. You really like the commentary.
The commentary was good.
Commentary was good.
I do like the commentary.
Yeah, you always talk about how much you love commentary. Put your money where your mouth is, Ryan.
Oh man, this is tough. This is tricky. There's a lot of pressure on this one, I feel.
I mean,
shouldn't be here.
I mean, you might be replaced. Can I help you?
I'm just I want to put it like pretty close to where the last match was. Like I needed more it needed a little bit more, but I don't, I'm not just doing this. I'm trying to go where just hold the fuck on.
I'm not going to say anything.
Hold the fuck on. Jesus.
The promos also. Remember the promos? Promos were fucking good. Jake the Snake. Can we agree Jake the Snake were those the best promos that you've seen in your opinion? The ones that Jake did, or Macho Man for that matter, either one. The ones that we've seen Ric Flair, which is a completely different style of I mean, as far as the material anyway. His promos are definitely a lot different. Jake's more cerebral. Macho Man's more, I don't know, emotional, I guess you could say. We've seen some Hulk promos.
I'm thinking like 15. That's where I feel right about putting this. I can't put it like any higher. Like I wouldn't be going with.
Okay.
So I'm feeling like 15. That's yeah.
Can I see the list, please?
Yeah.
So bumping Rousey versus Charlotte down, and right above the British Bulldogs versus Mick Foley and Les Thornton squash match. So below that, so this match that we just watched, which featured some of the greatest promos of all time, and
there's some very frustrating aspects about this match, and it was towards the end. It's that slow, like almost get up, but I'm still down. That fucking bothers me so much.
When are you just going to learn that that's part of the thing?
It just bothers me.
So if it bothers you, then it bothers you.
Bothers me.
But like, if things go too fast, the audience does not have time to register and process everything that's happening. So that's the reason for these types of things. So I know that it doesn't make you like it more, but that's like why it's happening. Are you breaking my equipment again, Ryan?
No, it was fine.
Because if you rate both of these so fucking low and then you break my microphones, we're going to have problems on a two-front scale. Like
it's
I can
right
look
there,
over.
It's right there in the fucking middle. Like it's in a fine place. It's in a fine place. It's just there was just some like I don't know. Good storyline. That's what bumped it up. If it was just a normal match, it would have been rated a lot lower.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say about the match, Ryan?
Is there another part to this after like the next episode?
Okay.
Finishing the arc.
I'm glad that you asked. Okay. So we have now officially gone through 3 episodes of our 4-episode Rumble saga. So again, just to recap, the very first part of this was Team Flair versus Team Piper. Episode 2 of this saga was Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan for the WWF title. And then, obviously, the one that we just saw here today was a series of matches involving Macho Man and Jake the Snake Roberts. So Next episode is going to be the finale of this Rumble arc. So this is going to be the fourth and final episode of this. So this is going to feature a match that contains all of the main players that we have seen and discussed over the past 3 shows. So it's going to involve Roddy Piper. It's going to involve Ric Flair, Jake the Snake Roberts, Macho Man Randy Savage, Sid Justice, who we briefly saw today make the save at the wedding reception, if you remember him, The Undertaker, and last but certainly not least, the immortal Hulk Hogan. So all of these people and more are going to be involved in next episode's match. So look for it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, everywhere that you find your favorite. Are you bleeding again? Are you bleeding? God damn it, Ryan. Stop making yourself bleed.
A little.
You know what? You know who's bleeding a lot more than that? Macho Man Randy Savage when he got bit by the snake.
Not sure that's true.
That's absolutely true. So, all right. So next episode, we are going to converge on all these different storylines. Maybe not all of them will be wrapped up entirely, but we will kind of be molding all these things into one neat little bow on the finale, episode 27 of the Hard Mark podcast, which will be the finale of the Rumble saga. So stay tuned for that. All right. Anything else on your end, Ryan, before I finish up with some wisdom? We got to get a Band-Aid on Ryan's cuts because he's very upset. He's been... I'm not going to make a cutting joke, but anything else, Ryan, that...
No, I think this episode went really well.
Do you? Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we managed to bounce back. So let's see. Here's a piece of advice for all the listeners. Sharks are afraid of dolphins. So if you're ever out in the ocean and you see a pod of...
It's stupid.
What? This is... Listen, David Attenborough, this is real. This is a real fact.
Okay.
Did you know that? Did you know that sharks are afraid of dolphins?
I'm sure dolphins are much smarter than sharks.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, sharks are the ultimate killing machine, but, you know... But do you know why? Do you know why then, Ryan?
Savage, like...
Come on. Quit kicking me.
He's like a shark.
Here he is, just jerking it all over 8-year-old Eric all over again. Thanks, pal. So why are sharks afraid of dolphins then, if you're so smart?
I have no idea. I didn't.
Because dolphins travel in pods, and so they're able to kind of get the shark from all sides. So if you're ever, wary of a shark attack, try and find a pod of dolphins, and you'll be safe. That's good advice. That's pretty good wisdom.
Animals are just fucking stupid. Like my cat's like scared of like a rapper, like like on the floor,
Oh,
he'll go, like
not like Eminem or
no, like a plastic rat. You crinkle it and
oh, okay,
like the dumbest shit will scare. Like the sharks just don't know how big they are.
I thought you were putting on Nas albums in your studio and your cats were freaking out.
Cat does like when we sing, starts singing along, kind of, or like it hates.
What song do you sing in front of your cats?
Just sing anything. We just start singing, and she does not. She either she likes it or she doesn't. We don't know.
Can you do a few? Can you grace the Hard Mark listeners with the
episode 30? I'll bring something. I'll bring my cat.
Does it shit standing up?
Not this one.
Then I have no interest in meeting this fucking cat. All right. Well, then there we have it. So yeah, sharks are afraid of dolphins. So if you ever are in the open air ocean, just find a pod. Okay. Dolphins are in pods. It's like a murder of crows or a parliament of owls.
Good advice.
Yeah. I know. That's why I said it. So if you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. Take it sleazy, everybody. Season 2. Bye.
Me first.